Let us examine how Existics applies to the interactions between two different subjects. Let them be two people, for simplicity. Person A and person B. So we'll go ahead and illustrate them. So here we have person A. And here we have person B. Each person exists in two categories of reference frames, physical and non-physical, or objective and subjective. You can imagine the physical frame of reference as being something with extension and/or volume in space-time that contains all of the objects of our sensory experience. You can imagine the subjective or non-physical frame of reference as an inwardly expanse where things of mental and/or instinctual effect take place. The objective frame of reference extends outwardly away from the senses, and the subjective frame of reference extends inwardly away from the senses of the individual. The individual is composed of both physical and non-physical attributes which arise in their respective frames of reference. A has an objective reference B. So this will be A's objective reference of B, and then we'll go ahead and just let this, and then here's some thought, if you will. And this is A's subjective frame of reference. So A's objective frame of reference, A's subjective frame of reference. And we'll go ahead and denote that as such. So here's A, its objective frame of reference, and here's a subjective frame of reference. Physical, non-physical. We also have the same for B. B has an objective reference of A, and B has a subjective reference of its own. So go ahead over here. B's having subjective and subjective frames of reference respectively. So A and B, A's objective frame of reference, B's objective frame of reference, A's subjective frame of reference, B's subjective frame of reference. So here we are, A and B having a interaction. Notice that they do not share the same objective frame of reference. So even though they're interacting, interestingly enough, they have their own objective frame of reference. They do not share an objective frame of reference. And what I would argue is that they both have their own objective inertial frame of reference as far as physics is concerned, and that there is not a common background or common backdrop inertial frame of reference of which that they both are in. And so here we are. So here's basically reality relative to A, reality relative to B, A's opinion on that reality and B's opinion on that reality. So it's kind of funny, but you can real quickly see how two people could clearly make an observation of the same thing and come away with two different, not only observations, but two different opinions. It's kind of a funny thing. All right. Even though A and B, let's throw in a third component here. So let's go ahead and change up their frames of reference. Okay. Let's have a situation where there's some object C, which is this guy down here. And this guy down here, he's playing some music. Kind of the sound waves are coming out. There's some information in those sound waves, familiar to us as a song. So we'll call this individual or object or observer or observee all the same as far as the existics equations are concerned to a certain extent. So A has his or her observation, C, and B has his or her own observation of C. And so let's just say that A, A is enjoying the music. And B is not enjoying the music. Well, why is that? Clearly, relative to C, obviously C must enjoy the music. Or maybe C doesn't enjoy playing the music. For all we know, maybe one of C's family members is being held hostage somewhere, for an extreme case, and he's being forced to play this song. So even though it may seem like he's happy to be sitting here playing this song, he may not like it at all. He may be doing it under duress, or he may hate this song. He may have played this song so many times that he may not enjoy or not enjoy playing it. He may be completely zoned out playing the song through memorization, having had played it over the past, so many decades, and he's just zoned out just playing it. So we don't know, for all we know, his emotion would just be, blah. Is C happy? Is C sad? Or is C just unmoved either way? We can map all this stuff out, and it's real common, follows common sense. So basically, the question is, well, does B's enjoyment of the song depend on C's enjoyment? No, clearly, because they don't have the same frame of reference either way. Same thing with A, and same thing with A and B. So A and B can both observe the same song being played by the same individual, and whether or not that individual is enjoying it or not, or has the intention for them to enjoy it or not, they can come away having either enjoyed it or not. And they both can enjoy it. One can enjoy it and the other not, or they could both not enjoy it. But this is basically the beginnings of the layout of the referent frame schemata for relative observers observing either each other or some third object or group of objects.